Why practice mindfulness? There are two aspects to mindful awareness that we talk about in my classes, and I want to cover these in some depth here. When you begin practicing mindfulness, it is important to understand the process and the goal. The two aspects of awareness are self-awareness and present moment awareness. Present moment awareness. I like to initiate this conversation by talking to people about the power of the present moment in time. In order to become familiar with the present moment, you first have to realize that the present moment is now. Right now. This exact moment in time. It's also important to remember that the time is always now. You might look at your watch and see that it is 4:11 p.m. Central Standard Time. But the actual time is now. Take a moment to think about this. Now is the only moment in time that ever actually exists. The only moment in time in which you have any power to do anything. The past is gone, and the future isn't here yet. Self-awareness. I cannot emphasize the importance of self-awareness enough. Tuning into oneself and becoming familiar with how one is doing and feeling mentally, emotionally, and physically is a powerful process. Unfortunately, in our modern society, we have been trained into external focus. From an early age, we are taught to mentally override pain and discomfort. We are encouraged to put other people ahead of ourselves and to ignore our own desires, discomfort, concerns, and even pain. I am suggesting that it's time for us to become a little more self-centered in a healthy way by becoming centered in self. Becoming more aware of one's own state of being and needs is healthfully selfish, in my opinion. It will not diminish your ability to take care of others and offer yourself in service to the greater good. The opposite is actually true. There is a reason why flight attendants tell us to secure our own oxygen mask before we help anybody else, even our own children. I remember being a young mother flying with my infant daughter for the first time. When I heard the flight attendant give those instructions, I thought, no way. There is absolutely no way I am going to take care of myself first. Fast forward a few years into mothering and a couple of kids later. Not only did I understand the practical application of that instruction, the metaphor became glaringly apparent. In trying to be a good mom, I got in the habit of putting everything and everyone ahead of myself. Therefore, after several years, I began to feel depleted and resentful. Does this sound familiar? Do you ever feel underappreciated, overworked, and used up? Do you take good care of yourself and tend to your own needs? Or do you give everything away, neglecting yourself in an effort to take care of everything and everyone else? Several years ago, I was working with a private client. She was going through a very stressful time in her life, and she wanted to learn how to meditate. She was in the middle of a divorce, moving out of the home she had lived in for 20 years, and she had taken a new position with a new company. Toward the end of her session, we did a meditation together. As we came out of the meditation, I noticed she was crying. She shared with me that during the meditation, once she got still and quiet, her knee started hurting very badly. She went on to explain that this was nothing new. She had a bad knee that would eventually require surgery, but she was so stressed and busy that she simply had not taken the time to address it. Then she said to me, "I'm not crying because my knee hurts. My knee always hurts. I just mentally override it and push through. I'm crying because during the meditation, I realized I am never still. I am never quiet. And I don't take care of myself. I could tell this was an important epiphany for her. Before she left, she vowed to make that doctor's appointment she had been putting off and committed to taking better care of herself. If you desire to make any improvements or changes in your life regarding your health, happiness, relationships, finances, or anything else, it is imperative that you become familiar with yourself and what's going on within you, your thoughts, feelings, needs, and desires. You must practice self-awareness. This is where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness leaves the past, stays out of the future, focuses in the present moment, and is aware of self. Now, let's learn how to begin working with these powerful new concepts. Chapter 8. Breath, the body's natural stress reliever. Breath is the bridge which connects life to consciousness, which unites your body to your thoughts. Thich Nhat Hanh. We humans have an amazing built-in mechanism for self-regulation, and it is the breath. What a gift. In every class I teach, I repeat over and over, the breath is the body's natural stress reliever. I want it to sink in. I feel like even if people don't fully embrace meditation or begin practicing mindfulness, if they can just start remembering to breathe on purpose, they will begin to know relief. I encourage my students to take breathing breaks during the day. We discuss ways they can start applying mini or micro practices throughout each day to reduce stress and feel better. And breathing is the primary practice. Deepening and regulating the breath can help slow down the heart rate and begin lowering blood pressure. Muscles begin to relax. This purposeful or conscious breathing brings almost immediate relief from stress, agitation, and anxiety, and can initiate mental clarity when one is experiencing mental overwhelm. Breathing into the present moment. If you are stressed, anxious, fearful, overwhelmed, etc., you are most likely not focused here and now. You are probably mentally elsewhere, thinking about the past, the future, or something or someone you can't control. When you breathe deeply, slowly, and purposefully, and you focus your attention on this breathing by observing it, feeling it, and or listening to it, you are simultaneously distracting yourself from the thoughts, distractions, worries, fears, confusion, or other mental chaos that's causing you to feel stressed. In other words, paying attention to your breathing while focusing on slowing it down and deepening it brings your awareness fully into the present moment. Your breathing is happening here and now. So, when you pay attention to your breathing, your awareness is focused here and now, otherwise known as the present moment. The simple act of breathing yourself into the present moment can bring great relief from stress, worry, overthinking, and other mental stressors. Breathe like a baby. We live in a society of shallow breathers who are rarely focused in the present moment. When we are stressed, the breath is the first thing to go. Our breath becomes shallow, choppy, labored, or we might even hold our breath. When this occurs, we are not functioning optimally. Shallow breathing prevents full oxygenation of the system, which can cause tension, stress, and anxiety. The body and brain need oxygen to function properly. Shallow breathing limits the delivery of oxygen to the system and can even trigger the sympathetic nervous system, which activates the fight or flight response. To counteract this, we need to learn to breathe like a baby. Have you ever noticed an infant lying on its back in a crib? Babies naturally breathe fully. If you watch, You'll notice their entire belly and abdomen fully expand with each breath and contract with each exhale. This is known as diaphragmatic breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing occurs when we use the diaphragm to breathe. The diaphragm is a muscle located below the lungs that controls respiration. We all start out as infants, breathing fully and deeply. But over time, stress, anxiety, and other factors affect our breathing, converting us from deep breathers to shallow breathers. Diaphragmatic breathing, or belly breathing as I call it in my classes, serves many purposes, not the least of which is it feels good. I call it belly breathing because the way to know you're doing it right is to make sure your belly is expanding. And honestly, I just think it's easier for most people to remember. Babies breathe fully, the way humans should breathe, because babies haven't yet developed the habits of worrying, regretting, ruminating, overthinking, and obsessing. These mental distractions keep adult human beings, and some children, in a constant state of stress, which can lead to shallow breathing. Learning how to use diaphragmatic breathing, or belly breathing, can improve your health, primarily by improving oxygenation and reducing stress. When you're stressed, your body uses a lot of its resources to deal with the stress. Reduce that stress and your body can use those freed up resources to do what it was created to do. Get and keep you in balance, also known as homeostasis. How to get started? Let's give belly breathing a try. You can practice sitting up or lying on your back. Start by placing one hand on your belly and the other hand on your upper chest. Breathe slowly in through your nose, pulling air all the way down into your belly. The inhale should be full and deep, and the hand on your belly should be moving as your belly expands. Exhale completely through your nose, or through your mouth if breathing through the nose is uncomfortable for you. But keep the exhale slow and steady. Slow down and extend or elongate the exhale for added stress relief. As you breathe, observe the expansion of your belly, abdomen, and chest, and notice how you feel. Repeat for several breaths. There are a lot of breathing techniques that can help you reduce stress. You can explore some of these by doing a quick search on your computer. The important thing is to breathe fully and oxygenate your body. Breathing as a mindful practice. One deep, slow, purposeful breath is all you need to initiate mindfulness. It really is that simple. Focus on slowing the breathing down and on long, full inhales and exhales. As you breathe, allow your attention to settle on the sound, feeling, and rhythm of the breaths. Observe, feel, stay with it. This alone is a mindful practice. Chapter 9. Learn to pause. Mindfulness training. Conscious breathing and self-coaching. The core of my current work is the 4-hour block of mindfulness training I have designed as an introduction, a starting place for first responders and others who might be new to meditation and mindfulness. In that class, I offer some super simple strategies for initiating mindfulness throughout the day, and I want to share some of those with you. To keep it doable, I encourage mini or micro, short, quick practices that people can easily drop into their day. The first step to remembering to initiate mindfulness throughout your day is to begin to analyze yourself periodically to determine how you're feeling. Next, you will need to remember and apply some strategies for dealing with stressful feelings when they arise. The two main strategies I suggest are conscious breathing and self-coaching. Conscious breathing. Remember, the breath is the body's natural stress reliever. Here are 3 quick and easy breathing techniques to try. Find one that works for you and begin using it periodically throughout your day, anytime you feel yourself getting tense, stressed, or anxious. Belly breathing. The basics. You're going to inhale fully and deeply through your nose, as long as that's comfortable for you, making sure you're pulling the air all the way down, causing your belly to expand. Then exhale slowly through your nose. This breathing should be slow, deep, and steady. Focus on slowing down and extending the exhale for added stress relief. Repeat until you feel an improvement, or for as long as you'd like. See Chapter 8 for more tips on belly breathing. Breath counting. If you need something to focus on while you breathe and work to settle your nervous system, try counting your breaths as you breathe. The basics. You're going to begin taking slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose, unless breathing through the nose is uncomfortable for you, in which case just breathe comfortably. As you breathe, count from 1 to 4, over and over. Count a slow 1, 2, 3, 4 on your inhale, and a slow 1, 2, 3, 4 as you exhale. Match the counting to your breathing at your own pace and repeat several times. 4-7-8 breathing. This breathing technique will calm your nervous system and help you feel less stressed. Not everybody likes this exercise, but if it feels good to you, you can use it any time to relieve stress and tension. The basics. You're going to inhale through your nose, then hold your breath, then exhale through your mouth, making a loud whoosh sound as you do. Close your mouth and inhale quietly and deeply through your nose to a mental count of 4. Hold your breath and mentally count to 7. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound as you mentally count to 8. This is one breath. Repeat this cycle 3 to 4 more times. Self-coaching. To complement your new breathing techniques, here are a couple of easy-to-remember self-coaching strategies to help you practice mindfulness throughout your day. I call these the 3 Qs and the 3 Bs. The 3 Qs. Here are 3 quick questions to ask yourself when you feel stressed, flooded, or overwhelmed. 1. Am I present? 2. What time is it? 3. Where am I? Refer back to Chapter 7 and the discussion about present moment awareness. Remember, we talked about how the present moment exists here and now, and the fact that the time, no matter what the clock says, is always now. Anytime in the day you feel stress creeping up on you, pause, start taking deep, slow breaths, and ask yourself these 3 questions, and answer them, one by one. The purpose of this exercise is to quickly snap you into the present moment, the only moment there ever really is. The 3 Bs. A self-coaching tool and a mindful practice. 1. Breathe. 2. Body. 3. Be. I share the 3 Bs with people all the time. The 3 Bs initiate mindfulness, and they are also the first 3 steps of Pause 15 meditation, which we will learn about in the next chapter. Breathe. Begin taking deep, slow breaths. Start with some belly breaths to oxygenate your system. Focus on your breathing. Feel the breaths enter your body. Observe how they feel. Follow the breaths on the rise and fall. Body. As you continue to breathe, focus your awareness on your body. Notice how the breath feels coming in and exiting. Feel for any sensations you detect anywhere in your body. If you're sitting, feel your body against the chair. Notice the weight and density of your body. If you're standing, feel your feet on the floor. Sitting or standing, notice how your feet feel in your shoes. Wiggle your toes. Whatever it means for you to become aware of your body, do that. And just keep breathing. Be. Now just be with this. Continue breathing. Gently hold your awareness on how the breath feels in your body and how your body feels in this moment. If your mind begins to wander, you get distracted, or the stress persists, try taking another deep, slow breath and allowing that breath to redirect you to the awareness of your breathing and your body. Chapter 10. Pause 15 Meditation. 3 steps, 4 techniques, 15 minutes a day. Pause 15 meditation is a flexible meditation practice that caters to the individual. It's really a conglomeration of several different meditation techniques that I've put together over the years to try to reach beginners and entice people who are new to the idea of meditation. Why do I call it Pause 15? Because when I was starting out, the research showed that in as little as 15 minutes a day, you can reap all the benefits available from meditation. So I based my programs on 15-minute meditations. My mission with this entire endeavor is to demystify meditation for people. My mission with Pause First is to normalize meditation and mindfulness in first responder communities. So I keep it simple, and I offer flexibility within each technique I teach. For example, if someone in a class says they can't possibly sit still and meditate for 15 minutes, I ask them what they think they can do. 2 minutes? Maybe 3? Then I tell them to start there and meditate for a couple of minutes each day, but make sure they are doing it with discipline and commitment. I assure them they will realize one day that they are ready to add a minute, and I encourage them to keep adding a minute or two every so often until they can sit for the full 15 minutes. There are many different meditation techniques out there, and I don't believe there is one perfect technique or one right way to meditate. We are all built very differently. We have different personalities, different lifestyles, and our brains operate differently. The best way to find a meditation practice that will work for you and is sustainable is to experiment and practice. What I'm offering is an introduction, a starting point. If the concepts in this book appeal to you and intellectually you connect with this information, but the meditation techniques I share don't appeal to you, don't give up. Take a class, find a book, download an app, do a Google search, or poke around on YouTube. I promise you'll find something you connect with. There's so much to choose from. The 3 steps of Pause 15 meditation. The 3 B's. 1, breathe. 2, body. 3, be. To start a meditation, use the same 3 steps you use to initiate mindfulness, the 3 B's. Only when you are meditating, they change slightly. You begin with breathing, but the second step becomes a body scan. We use the body scan to release tension and promote relaxation. Breathe. Begin taking deep, slow breaths. Start with some belly breaths to oxygenate your system. Focus on your breathing. Feel the breaths enter your body. Observe how they feel. Follow the breaths on the rise and fall. Body. This step becomes a body scan for relaxation. As you continue to breathe, focus your awareness on the top of your head, and then, mentally scanning your way downward, imagine each part of your body relaxing and releasing tension as you mentally move all the way down your body to your feet. Start by imagining your scalp releasing tension, then your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, and your mouth. Keep breathing. Relax your neck, shoulders, and back, your chest, arms, hands, and fingers, your belly, hips, legs, feet, and toes. Just keep breathing as you mentally focus briefly on each of these areas and release tension. Be. Now, just be. This is meditation. During this phase of the meditation, you might need something to focus on to help you stay anchored in the meditation. Read through the 4 techniques in the next section and find one that feels comfortable to you. Or simply try using your breathing as your anchor. Gently focus your awareness on your breathing throughout the entire meditation. When you get distracted or your mind begins to wander, try taking a nice, deep, slow breath and allow that breath to redirect you to your breathing. Follow the breath on the rise and the fall. Notice how it feels coming into and leaving your body. Just follow the breath. This part of the meditation is the actual meditation, but all 3 steps count toward your 15 minutes. I recommend spending about 5 minutes on the breathing and body scan, and then about 10 minutes just being. Being. B number 3 really trips some people up. I totally understand, because sitting and doing nothing is counterintuitive to almost all of us. But please take a moment to consider this. You are a human being, not a human doing. Being is your natural state. Imagine back to your first days of life when you would lie in a crib all peaceful and innocent. First of all, you were breathing deeply, because babies do that. Also, you weren't worrying or fretting or overthinking like adults do. You were just a little being. Being. What I'm asking you to explore in meditation is that same state of being. You don't have to recreate it. You just have to get back in touch with it. You have grown so accustomed to going, doing, hustling, and forcing outcomes, you've lost touch with the concept of being. However, if you can slowly begin to train yourself into that state, all the evidence-based benefits that are available to your brain and body will happen naturally. There is nothing for you to do except ease yourself into a state of being. And you do that by simply allowing it to happen. You set the stage by breathing, settling into present moment awareness, focusing on self, and allowing the process to occur naturally and organically. In this state of being, your brain activity improves, your body chemistry begins to balance, your nervous system relaxes, and you begin to experience relief and clarity. So many wonderful things are possible for human beings when we allow ourselves to simply be. Disclaimer. This process is challenging for most people. It takes time, practice, and perseverance, and you must trust the process. But it is achievable. Go easy on yourself. Approach meditation as a marathon, not a sprint, and you will get the hang of it. You will begin to recognize that feeling of being, and you will come to crave it. Your body, your system, is built for balance. Your body was created to get and keep you in homeostasis, in balance. You can't force this to happen, but you can allow it to. In meditation, instead of doing, you are allowing. Mental chatter. To all of you type A personalities and perfectionists, and everyone else who might let a very active brain prevent them from trying meditation, please note the following. The goal of meditation is not to control your thoughts. It's to stop them from controlling you. A common misperception about meditation is that you are supposed to sit in complete silence and stop or turn off your thoughts. Let me dispel that misperception right now. Not only is stopping your thoughts not a requirement of meditation, it is, in fact, an impossibility. You do not have the ability to turn off your thoughts. There is a non-stop monologue going on in the back of your mind at all times. This consistent and persistent stream of mental, analyzing, thinking, list-making, judging, labeling, and commenting happens without your conscious consent. We all have that mental chatter going on. So the mental chatter will not automatically quiet down when you decide you want to meditate. The brain is habitual, and the chatter might be persistent in the beginning. When this occurs, you can mentally say something like, "These words are the wind, and my mind is a screen. I will let these words blow right through my mind." Or you can think, "These words are the wind, and my mind is a tree." Using imagery like this might help you relax and disengage from habitual thinking and mental chatter. Another trick you can try is naming or labeling your thoughts, and then letting them go. Let's say you ease into a meditation and you are breathing and relaxing when a worrisome thought pops in. You can mentally say to yourself, "Oh, I recognize that. That is fear, but I don't wish to engage with it right now." Then choose to let that thought go. Maybe you can imagine it floating away, or imagine putting it in a box and setting it to the side to be dealt with later. If you need to, you can develop little tricks like this, which can free you up to continue breathing and relaxing. With time and practice, you will see that by applying a few of these tips, you can learn to experience the calm, quiet, and peace that's available in meditation. That mental chatter and those persistent thoughts will give up and float away eventually. Remember, earlier I said you will need to train your brain to succumb to stillness and silence. If you can view this as an exercise or a practice and learn to relax through the difficult moments, you will also experience the serene moments. Just keep trying and be patient with yourself. Disclaimer: meditation is not always quiet and peaceful. It is important to allow meditation to be whatever it is. Sometimes you might feel fidgety and unsettled. Emotions might arise. Just try your best to ride those waves and sit through whatever happens. However, if you are extremely anxious, are experiencing panic attacks, or if meditation is a trauma trigger for you, please seek professional help immediately. The 4 techniques of Pause 15 meditation. 1. Basic daily meditation. 2. Breath awareness meditation. 3. Counting breaths meditation. 4. Mantra meditation. Each meditation begins with the 3 B's. As you transition into step 3, B, choose one of the techniques below to practice during the remainder of the meditation. Basic daily meditation. Simply close your eyes, breathe, relax your body, and allow yourself to be. Notice your breath. Breathe, feel, and observe. Observe thoughts instead of engaging with them. Allow whatever happens to happen. Breath awareness meditation. Focus on your breathing throughout the meditation to reduce distraction. When your mind wanders, Take a nice deep breath and allow this breath to gently redirect you back to your breathing and the meditation. Follow the rhythm of your breath. Feel the expansion of the breath. Hear the breath. Whatever it means to you to focus on your breathing. Use the breath to anchor you in the meditation. Counting breaths meditation. If you need something a little more tangible to help you stay connected with the meditation, try counting your breaths as you meditate. This one is good for very active minds. Count a slow 1, 2, 3, 4 on your inhale, and a slow 1, 2, 3, 4 as you exhale. Match your breathing to the counting. When your mind wanders, gently return to the counting. Count at your own pace as your breath gently ebbs and flows. Mantra meditation. A mantra is a word or phrase you repeat mentally as you meditate. A mantra can help you stay anchored in the meditation. Try mentally repeating a calming word or phrase to prevent your mind from wandering. You can try using the word relax by repeating the word over and over at your own pace as you meditate. Or you can try repeating the phrase just be. As you breathe, repeat just on the inhale and be on the exhale. Mentally repeat your chosen word or phrase over and over as you breathe, relax, and be. Meditation FAQs. What if I fall asleep? It is common, especially when you're new to meditation, to fall asleep. Always meditate sitting up. And if you fall asleep, consider it much-needed rest. With practice, you'll benefit from the deep, rejuvenating rest meditation offers without nodding off. I can't turn off my mind. How do I stop the thoughts? This is the number one complaint, and the primary reason people give up. Don't give up. Stick with it. Breathe, relax, and focus on neutrality, on being the observer of thoughts that pop in without engaging. In time, the thoughts will slow down and your mind will become quiet. The deep breathing is uncomfortable. It makes me anxious. Most of us are shallow breathers, so it might feel strange to breathe deeply at first. Don't get hung up on the breathing. If it's distracting, just take a few deep breaths to get started and then breathe naturally. Is it better to meditate longer? Research shows you benefit from meditating for as little as 15 minutes per day. You can certainly meditate longer, but 15 minutes or so every day is a sufficient length of time for most people. What should I do if I get interrupted while I'm meditating? There are no hard and fast rules. I recommend 15 to 20 uninterrupted minutes. If there's a brief interruption, just settle back in and continue. Am I supposed to sit motionless the entire time I'm meditating? No. If you become uncomfortable, you can shift around until you're comfortable. If you have an itch, scratch it. Just be as relaxed as possible. How will I know when my 15 minutes is up? You can sit near a clock and take an occasional peek, or set a soft, quiet alarm on your cell phone. Can I meditate lying down? I recommend sitting up, because lying down signals your body to sleep. What is the best time of day to meditate? The time of day when you meditate depends on your preferences and schedule. If you're not a morning person, trying to meditate in the morning might not be optimal. Choose a time of day that's right for you. Should I meditate at the same time every day? Creating a routine and establishing meditation as a regular daily practice is a great idea and will help you stick with it. But Plan B would be to fit it in once every day, as your schedule allows. How do I know if I'm actually meditating? Consider it meditation. No matter what occurs in the 15 to 20 minutes you devote to sitting and breathing in stillness, peace, and quiet. Is meditation good for children? Meditation is good for every single human being that walks this planet, with very few exceptions. Should I meditate to music, white noise, or in silence? This is personal preference. Try different methods and techniques until you find one that works best for you. Or mix it up. Can I count cycling or gardening as a meditation? While these activities might be relaxing and help you clear your mind, you are still engaged. You have to be in order to perform the activity. I really believe every single person on the planet should sit in uninterrupted silence for a few minutes each day and practice the art of simply being. Starting a meditation practice. You now know everything you need to know to begin meditating. I encourage you to seek out more information, do some research, get an app on your phone, or take a local class. But honestly, the best way to learn more about meditation is to do it. You can read every book ever written, listen to podcasts, and scan the internet for information. But you won't discover nearly as much about meditation as you will by meditating. Good luck, and let me know if I can help. This concludes the reading of Mindfulness for Warriors, Empowering First Responders to Reduce Stress and Build Resilience by Kim Colegrove. Copyright 2020 by Kim Colegrove. This book was read by Pam Ward. This unabridged recording was published by arrangement with Mango Media and was produced in 2020 by Blackstone Publishing, which holds the copyright. Neither this recording nor any portion of it may be reproduced or used for any purpose without prior written authorization from Blackstone Publishing. If you would like to obtain a monthly update telling you about new releases, call 1-800-SAY-BOOK. That's 1-800-729-2665. For a complete listing of our titles, visit our website at www.dawnpour.com. Thank you.